Can I sit with you? Do you have a dog that gets distracted when you go to new places or when there's something to sniff or a squirrel passes by and just, you feel like your dog is constantly blowing you off? Well, this video is going to be very helpful for you because today I'm going to show you some simple techniques and strategies that you can use in the comfort of your own home and how I train my dogs so we can get the results that we have. A lot of times people think like dog training, it's like this super difficult like agility training and obedience and like stand and like yes, you can get to those levels, but you need a strong foundation to get there. It's like a building. If you build a building on a foundation of like paper, it's gonna fall down. I mean, crush the paper. Anyways, you get what I'm saying. Like you need a strong foundation. You need to build a bond, build a value for coming to you, for being with you, for listening to you. And the way you can, and more than building the value, I mean, yes, build a value, but more than that, build confidence on your dog, on the behaviors. And that's what's gonna get you like a bomb-proof behavior. When your dog knows, or and you can say, my dog knows how to sit. Maybe he knows how to sit in the kitchen when you have a big meatball in front of him. He'll know, oh, I sit and I get the sausage. But it doesn't mean for a dog, we humans generalize very quickly. Like if you go to a restaurant and you get bad service, you generalize the whole restaurant. You say, oh, that restaurant, they have really bad food. They have really bad service, the whole restaurant, because you got one bad server that probably he just broke up with his girlfriend and was having a terrible day. But we generalize the whole restaurant and maybe the whole town, So like if you're visiting, like anyways, our dogs are not like that. They're not humans. They're animals. So when you say sit in front of in the kitchen with the meatball, it doesn't mean that for them if you go to like the dog park and you say sit, it doesn't mean the same thing. Generalizing is not a thing for our dogs. Well, let's get at the video. All I have is a little bit of kibble, some freeze-dried beef, and cheese, my favorite cheese. So that's what we're gonna train with, okay? I'm gonna go bring the dogs. Here comes my beautiful girl. The first thing I am going to work on is checking how good they can listen to me. If they're able to focus on simple behaviors, which is I asked Jax for a sit and I asked Italia to wait in her spot. If they can do these little simple behaviors, we can progress to different things. I still decided to put a leash on Jax just for safety reasons because it's one of the first times they train together outside without any other helpers. It's just me. So I decided to put a leash just to be able to, keep them safe. So I see he's being very engaged with me, even though he knows she's right there. In the past, they used to decide to go play together. They had more value for playing together. Anyways, he's doing really good. Now I am working on a few recalls away from her, which is what I want to work a lot on. Like, you can leave her and amazing things will happen, instead of wanting to chase her all the time. I want to practice him running away on the opposite direction from her. So he's doing amazing. And here in a little bit, you can see in the background, she is barking a lot. I don't let this happen anymore. I am working with her, but you can see it was too much frustration for her. I pushed her too much. So she chose to leave her spot. But if you control the reinforcement, which in here, I said, okay, all the fun, there's no fun. You leave your spot and there's no fun. So she decided to go back to her spot. And now I'm doing silly things. I am being the distraction in here, and then I'm rewarding them for ignoring distractions. That way, it doesn't always have to be each other the distraction. And here I'm doing a few recalls for her running away from him. Well, not from him, but running to the opposite direction of him. You can see in the background my cat Bobby is approaching. He knows that when we train there's treats, and sometimes I give him treats. So they are ignoring me running around like a little girl. They're ignoring the cat, Bobby, and each other and the environment. And they are choosing to lay because I asked them to lay. So I was very, very thrilled that we were having so much progress. This is one of the first times we were practicing this. So having Bobby was an add-on challenge and the icing on the cake. And here's things got a little out of control. I asked for a sit and she got confused. It's okay. Sometimes when the environment is too much, it's hard for them to do things when when it's too much. So I was very worried everything was gonna get out of control. She barked, he got distracted, but they were able to focus again on me. So I was just so happy. In here, I was like a little girl. I should have ended a while ago, but I think I was having too much fun. I kept going. We were doing more recalls, and it they already did an amazing job. I could have ended here and it would have been already a great time, but I kept going. Sometimes it's hard for me to know when to stop when I'm just having so much fun training my dogs. When you see the progress, it's like so much dopamine, like seeing that the things you're doing are actually producing results. So finally, I decided to reward them big time and let them go play. But I still wanted to maintain some engagement from them. I didn't want them getting, wild. So, not wild, but I think you know what I mean. And so I still kept them engaged, and for every good decision they made, I rewarded them with letting them go play, which real life rewards are always more powerful than any toy or any food that you can give them. So for them, you can see here she decides to come back to me when I recall her. It's a great decision, and so does he. Like a few months ago, this would have never happened. Them two running outside together used to be impossible to recall them from each other, but now it's possible because of the training and like going step by step and being patient with them. You can see what great decisions they're making. It really felt like a little girl in Christmas. It was so much fun. I was just gonna sit and let them play, but she decided to come back to me and it was super cute. And then after a little bit, Jax comes too and Bobby comes too, and it was one of the nicest evenings outside, and it was so nice to see both the dogs see the value being near me. Of course, because of the training, and it helps that I had treats. But they could have come to the pond and they could have decided to go running off in the distance, and if you enjoyed this video, let me know. Hit the like button if you liked it. And I was gonna say that let me know what you're struggling with your dog because it really helps like make like videos to help you. What are you struggling with? How can we help you get where you want to get? So let me know. Subscribe if you like the video or not. And see you next time. Eso. Eso.